Welcome back. In the beginning, there was no Nigeria. There were Ijos, Igbos, Urobos, Yorubas, Hausas, Fulanis, Shekiris, and so on. There were kingdoms like Oyo, Lagos, Calabar, Brass, Bini, Tiv, Borno, Shekiri. And then the British came along. They conquered all these people and decided to tie them all up into one country. They called that country Nigeria. Some say that was the beginning of our problems. So, of course, are you surprised that now each little part of Nigeria is crying that they want self-determination?
Is it self-determination or they want to be heard?
They want to be treated fairly in this large expanse of land called Nigeria, which has tied them all together as one nation. In the course of the week, Northern youths had a press conference, a world press conference, and announced what some people have described as ludicrous. The call for the restructuring of Nigeria is now probably at its loudest decibel. Joining us this morning, we have a legal practitioner, Mr. Chima Naji. Good morning.
Good morning, Lero.
Joining us.
Neto, and good morning, Nigerians.
We also have the Chief Missioner, Ansaru-Deen Society of Nigeria, Abdul Rahman Ahmad. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming. And joining us from our studio in Abuja, we have Isaac Balami, who is of the Arewa Consultative Forum Youth Congress. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Good.
Thanks.
Now, let me start with the Chief Missioner, if I may. Do you think that Nigeria needs restructuring?
Sure I do. There is nothing static in nature. We are always evolving, so to speak, even though I'm not an evolutionist. But sure, we're evolving. This is channels television. You were not here before. You're here now, very comfortable, better studio, better setting. You know, you do your things in ways that are better than the ways you used to do it before.
Okay, we will come back and ask what nature that restructuring should be. But let me just ask you the same question. Do you think Nigeria needs structure? Restructuring?
Yes. The presumption about restructuring is that there was a structure. If you now need to restructure, it means that the former structure may no longer be delivering on the earlier promise. And because structure determines functionality, the function, if it begins to fail, you begin to look at the structure. Just like if you begin to age, the bones are no longer able to carry the body. They say begin to shed weight, begin to reduce physical activities, begin to eat this, begin to eat that. You are responding to a different structure that was originally defined, if you were like the default structure. So there is need to restructure. Always has always been the need to do so. And it appears we have reached the crescendo.
Okay. Mr. Balami, do you also think that, before I pose my question to you, Mr. Balami, we'll just take a short break and be back, and I will continue with you. Welcome back. Mr. Balami in Abuja, I was about to ask you the same question. Do you believe that this country needs to be restructured?
Yes, I do believe that this country needs to be restructured. Most especially the challenges that the 21st century have imposed on us. You are looking at the challenges that we have today in this 21st century, which is the issue of drastic rise in unemployment. You have the issue of increase in population and so many other factors. There are so many other variables, and it is high time. The question is how, by who, and also what are we actually looking at? I think above all, while we are going to be looking at other issues, I think most importantly we need to look at mental restructuring of this great nation. Mental restructuring.